Are you ready? The Kornelia Stephanie Show Lady Boss knows what women want: to be free to speak their voice, to live in financial freedom, and build businesses that radiate wealth, leaving legacies we can be proud of. Every Friday, we bring you Lady Boss entrepreneurs that are changing the world. Joan Sharp, changing the conversation from money to vision. See you Fridays. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kornelia Stephanie Show. Thank you so much for listening and for tuning in to today's show. I'm so excited. Jacob, when you listen to that intro and everything that you and I were talking about behind the scenes, just about my dreams being realized, and with what you're listening to the intro about what this show is about and what this whole realization of all the things that are coming into fruition now is all about. What do you say about that?
Well, I just say it's beautiful. I mean, it's a really a beautiful picture of people coming together in a community and supporting each other. And it's just I love what you've done to tell the stories of people who, I mean, I believe everybody has a story that deserves to be told, and to see you doing it in such a cool way, it's just really fun for me to be part of.
Thank you so much, and everybody loves working with you. I always get such good
Oh,
feedback.
thanks.
Yeah, I was saying how awesome Jacob is, and so that means that you have to stick around for a long, long time.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. No
Good.
worries.
Good. Well, I'm so excited about Stories of Hope. Here we are today again with another episode of Stories of Hope. My first guest today is Danika. Welcome to the show, Danika.
Hi, Cornelia. Nice to meet you.
It's wonderful to meet you. Now, I didn't say your last name because I want you to tell me how to pronounce your last name.
Yes, it's Danika Koopmans, and if you're Dutch, it's Koopmans.
Oh, Danika Koopmans. Danika Koopmans. Okay, nice to meet you. And
Nice
you
to meet
are
you.
a family nurse practitioner. You've started your own health intentional company business that you're doing. You're a young mother. You're an RN, registered RN, and you have a lot to say about what you've discovered after you were diagnosed with an illness, that it took you into a deeper path into a relationship with what food and uh, all the energy is all about. Is that right?
Yeah, you summarized very, very well. Am I echoing?
No, you're not.
Okay, beautiful. I did. So I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and this was about 4 years ago now. And you're right, it did take me on a really big journey, and I think that the journey is really just starting now.
Mhm.
I see MS as sort of my gift, because I would not be as healthy as I feel now if I wasn't diagnosed. And that's not to say that I don't have, you know, times where it's not like that, or later in life could get worse. We don't know, but I do know that I found my purpose in it, and I found a new love around healing that I never had before my own diagnosis. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, I know, like when something like this happens in our life, right? And then the body talks, because even before you came on, the opening of the show is the physical body. The physical body, this is, because the physical body houses our spirit. And here we are, moving forward, and whatever illness or disease is in the body, uh, how to heal ourselves and restore and recover, because the body has the ability to self regenerate and self heal. And so, now that I'm listening to you, I have a belief, and I really believe that you can live for a long, long time, and that you can overcome this uh, multiple sclerosis, and that you can heal from that. That's what my belief is. And I think as we're moving forward in our evolution, more and more will this become the state of the norm, because we're looking at the body talks, if you will.
Yes. Oh my goodness. You just mentioned like three big points that I could go crazy over. And I think the last part that you just mentioned about how our body is, possibly able to heal itself. And I like to use possibility because, especially because the Western medicine, it gets a bit mucky if you try and explain it all when a lot of it is unexplainable because science isn't caught up to a lot of what we kind of anecdotally know is true. And I think if you've looked at any of Gabor Mate's books or you've looked at any, some of the more, I don't even want to use the word new agey, but just people who are outwardly thinking and seeing changes in their life just through their mindset, it is really, really powerful. And I do talk to people, but it starts in your mind. Just behavior change alone starts in the mind, right? So
Yeah.
it makes sense that your thoughts, your words, your actions, all of that would possibly have, probably likely, and we know likely do have an impact on your physical form.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned this really beautiful thing about it houses our soul. And I really believe, like, I mean, I'm sure you'll have lots to say about this, but I believe we've all been born with a gift, and each of us have our own individual special gift. And when we feel crummy inside our body for whatever reason, be disease, be a really stressful time in our life, or really just not feeling very good about ourselves, we don't get to live out that gift. And that gift is ultimately our greatest purpose. This is my belief, obviously. And that's why I think, I was blessed with MS because when I see it as my
Yes.
wake up, this is not how the way that you're going, because the way that I was living was not healthy. And it was just a really stressful time in my life. And of course, disease was brewing in that. And it's not to say that there aren't other reasons that, disease happens. And especially with MS, there's just so many unknowns, but my experience was that. And yeah, so anyways, and now further to following that heart, I have found, I think the start of my purpose really. And I think our purpose is always evolving. I think, as I'm sure you know from everybody's stories, it usually probably starts with hitting a rock bottom of sorts. And then really, if you decide and you make the choice, I'm going to come out of this stronger, you will.
Yes. Yes. Yes to everything you said. And when you were, this is my belief only, I'm like, sing it, sister, speak to it. That's it. And, a lot of people need to hear you say that. And the more and more that we give people permission to believe your belief system, because really that was the belief system that I had also when I healed myself as well, the belief system that we have the ability to heal and our body has the ability to heal. And that right there was the thing. So when you were talking, there's a lot that we need to cover, you and I, Danika. I want to introduce you to Dr. Brooke and Jacob. Tell Danika how awesome it would be for Dr. Brooke and Danika to meet.
I think that would be fantastic, and you guys would just have some great ideas together, I think. So let's make it happen.
Yep, yep.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
I want to, because you're talking about the old traditional ways of, and Dr. Brooks, she's definitely a new earth doctor, like, like I like to call him. And so I want to make that introduction. And then I also want to have a private conversation with you about our belief system together and furthermore collaborate with you offline. So could you and I connect on instant messenger, maybe this weekend or early next week so that we can set a date?
That'd be fantastic. Yeah. I'd
Great.
love that.
Now, let us get your social media handle so the audience can look you up in, on wherever you are.
So I'm all over the place, and what's really fun is we're going through a rebrand right now. So in the next month, it'd be a really fun party if you want to just have a little celebration online. I'm giving away lots of stuff, and it's good if anybody's like looking for beginning their health journey or just want more information on, what kinds of things they can do to really heal mind, body, soul, that are sustainable. That's really my thing, is sustainability.
Yep.
So you can find me at health. So at health.intentionally on Instagram, or my website, healthintentional.com. Join my Facebook group. It's called Just for the Health of It. Obviously have a podcast. I'm changing the name on that. It's Just for the Health of It as well, but right now it's Hijack Your Health. Where else? I don't know. Everywhere. You can find me everywhere. Just look it up. Health
Yeah,
Intentional.
that's so great, and definitely want it to send people to your website, and then, get people to join you because of all the wonderful things that you're rolling out, and that you're in a rebrand, and yeah, overcoming the disease and illness that we had stored in our bodies, that emotional, who knows how it all began, and now we can heal, and we can rise, and we can move beyond that. And so I appreciate you so much for coming on and for sharing your courageous story with us today.
Oh, thank you so much, and love to continue to connect. And I love when people reach out to me. So if you have any questions for your audience, like, you can message me.
Great. Well, thank you, Danica. We're going to
Thank
go
you.
to break on the Cornelia Stephanie show, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. I'm so excited to tell you about our next guest. Just recently, I was calling in. I said, I want some universe, please send me some financial consultants, some financial advisors. I want to talk to some real estate people, well, maybe some lawyers, some, people that's going to give us some insight that we need right now. And guess what? Lorna is here. Lorna Whiteaker is here, and she is a small business consultant. She's a coach. She's a financial skills trainer, and she's here to enlighten us with her message today. So, welcome to the show, Lorna.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here and to get to know you better, and share some of my best tips and tools and whatever you'd like to know at this point.
Yeah. So, what are you doing right now in the world? Like, what are you doing? What are your clients wanting? What are the people wanting that you're working with? Where are the pain spots? Where are the fires?
The pain spots are really in that financial growth arena, and not understanding that it's about 20% of what we do every day that really provides the biggest impact. And what they come to me for is they come to look at not just creating the strategy for making money, because that's a really important piece, but they may really find that they've gotten their pricing's not set right. They don't understand their financial house at all. It's really, I just did a QuickBooks training, and those were the kinds of questions that they kept asking me. Well, what is income? What is net? What is taxable? And that's certainly part of what I teach under the financial skills training. But what many of them don't recognize is that when we pay attention to our revenue, to the money that we are making and coming in, when we're doing something every single day on that front, pretty
Yeah.
soon it starts getting traction. It gets traction in a way that people would never have any idea that it would. And profitability is really about having more money coming in than you have money going out. It's pretty simple. And so they come to me and tell me, well, how do I pay attention to this? How do I know that I'm paying attention to the right thing? And so I do teach them how to look at their books and how to read their records and how to do it better. But ultimately, I want to save them time. I want them to make that fast, easy, effective, so they don't have to mess around with it. I have put out a 20-minute CFO online course for them so that they can get those basic fundamentals in place. And I chose that name because if you were spending 20 minutes a day, a mere 20 minutes a day, paying attention to your money, it would absolutely have such a powerful impact on your overall financial health and success. It's that simple. And so there's lots of people out there telling, well, pay attention to this, pay attention to that, do this, do this, do this. And pretty soon our time is just gone. It's just gone. And we're not paying attention to the money part. And sometimes there's emotional stuff underneath there. You scrape away a little bit and you find out, oh, I had a client tell me yesterday, I'm frozen. I haven't moved forward at all. And I don't understand why. And I said, well, you hit that place where you're all ready to go. All your ducks are lined up. Everything's in good order. And you went, I'm afraid. I said, okay, I get it. Take that one step. And now take another step and take another step. And that's where the coaching comes in. So the consulting is that this is what successful businesses do and have in place and make their businesses work. And it doesn't require a lot of time. Once it's put into place, it just percolates in the background and does its job. Okay. And then we say, all right, once that's in place, then let's do the next step. Let's just do something every single day. Call a client, do some marketing, make a sale. So they really uncover some emotional pieces that they had no idea they had existing for them. So that's just kind of what they come to me for. And it really is, for a lot of them, right after COVID, they're in a world of hurt right now.
Mm-hmm.
They have found that a lot of their money and their resources kind of slipped away, and they didn't have anything in place to put them back into place.
And
So,
even, when you're saying, they didn't have anything in place, including the mindset
mhm.
and the centeredness and the intentional energy, and like the energy that kind of comes like, I got this.
Mhm.
I got this energy, right? I got this. I love how you said, because this is what I say too, is look at your calendar. And my calendar is still one of these. Just because I like writing things down. I like to see things that when I'm looking at it, I don't want to have to look at my phone. I want to see, just like, when the income comes in, I write it down. I write it down. So, because I like to keep track of that income, I like to see what it is. And most people, or a lot of women, have this issue where they don't want to look. They don't want to look because looking is like making it think, oh, then we don't have to deal with it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I've had women actually break down in tears, not because we found out what their monthly nut was,
Mm-hmm.
but when I showed them how they could actually create that revenue, they've broken down into tears. Because you're right, the people are not showing them how they can actually do those kinds of things, where to pay attention to. And frankly, most people, and women particularly, are not taught those skills growing up. I know I wasn't. My father, I had polio as a child,
Oh my
and so I have a residual disability. And my father felt that I should be an employee. So I was groomed my entire life to be an employee. And I was afraid to start my business. And I didn't actually start my business until 10 years or so ago. When the housing industry crashed, I found for the first time in my life unemployed. So I started doing
Was
some
that in 2008?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
I'm with
Yep.
you.
Yep. And I couldn't find work. And so I thought, well, bookkeeping is something I like, I enjoy, I do it easy. So I started a bookkeeping service. And then I found out that business owners knew absolutely nothing about running a business by its numbers, what to pay attention to, how to put in financial infrastructures that support them, how to create effective pricing, of all of those little pieces. And so that I gradually became a business consultant and a financial skills trainer, because there was a lot of need and interest there.
Yeah. I just love what you're sharing. And this is one of the reasons why I universally called you, and you came and you showed up. I appreciate that so much. And I definitely, want to collaborate with you about possibly having you come and speak to my Kornelia Stephanie Media Group, and then maybe even some other collaborations as well. Because I think these practical skills are so important right now. I do another podcast called Women Who Radiate Wealth with my cohort, Susan Axelrod. And this is one of the things that we talk about too. So maybe we can also have you as a guest on that show. That would be great. So But right now, the time goes by so quick when we come and we have 10 minutes to give our keynote speech and, tell the world what do you want to tell the world. And I think that you answered it brilliantly with, where your pain points, where your customers' pain points are. So I appreciate that. Let's give the audience your social media connections where they can look you up and possibly give you a call for, your services.
That would be awesome. And you have all those, you'll just drop those in?
No, we need you to speak them out because some people are only listening, they're not watching.
Oh, well, you can reach me via email at lorna@moneysmart4u.com. So that's all just one word, moneysmart, the number 4, you.com. And my business is Business Beyond the Shoebox. And so that's over on Facebook. And I was not prepared for this question, so I'm sorry, I don't have that in front of me. So it's Business Beyond the Shoebox. I'm on Facebook. I'm really easy to find. My name is Lorna Whiteaker, spelled Whiteaker, Whiteaker. And I will tell you, all you have to do is Google my name and I will show up. So on Facebook, I'm Lorna Whiteaker. You can find me under Business Beyond the Shoebox. And it is something that I really love doing and love helping business people with. So
I love that you're helping small business consultants, that you're doing that. This work is so needed, especially for women, to have a good financial solid foundation that they're building their business upon. And they have to look at the stuff. They have to look at this. They have to look at the stuff.
They do.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on. I want to thank the audience. Thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate it. You can find us on all your favorite podcast apps. And the show that's coming up after this one is none other than the Diane McClay. And you know that our girl is going to just take you on a nature experience, and she always has fascinating guests. So thank you for coming. Thank you for listening and tuning in. Lorna Whiteaker for coming to the show today, and also Danika right before you. And we'll see you again next time.
You've been listening to the Kornelia Stephanie Show, Wake Up to Love, your call to action. Tune in each week on Transformation Talk Radio. Kornelia's joy is to engage others in practical ways, showing us how to live in the new earth in harmony with our true nature. For more information on Kornelia and her extraordinary work, or to listen to past shows, go to her website at korneliastephanie.com.